and welcome to this 30-minute Wake Up with Anji practice. Doesn't matter what time of the day that you're doing it, of course. This is going to be a practice based on the Pawanmutkatasana Sequence, which is a sequence from Ayurveda and yoga, which involves moving all the joints of the body, some organs as well, in order to keep a healthy flow of energy, blood, lymph, nervous connection, prana if you think that way too. We're going to start at the toes, move all the way to the eyes and move everything in between. All you need is something to sit on. You can do this in bed, you can do it sitting on a chair. You'll need a blanket as well because we're going to lie down for a bit. And remember, no pain, no strain, no extra effort involved in these practices. You can choose to move and think just at the level of the body, that's absolutely fine, or you can move with your breath, or thirdly, you can think about the flow of energy as you're practicing. All will become clear. Remember, when you need to stop, stop. It's the beauty of a video after all, you're able to pause, rewind and do it again. Okay? Otherwise, let's just bring ourselves to any comfortable sitting. Allow yourself to feel your feet on the floor, your bottom on the seat, let the crown of the head rise up. Just notice the breath at your nostrils for 2 or 3 breaths. Inhaling through the nostrils, welcoming your breath to your practice. Exhaling, sighing out, allowing your jaw and neck and throat to start to soften. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And then inhale, sweep your arms up, bring your hands together, take a moment to be grateful for something. As you know, our wake up practices always include this element of gratitude, really important start to the practice. What are you grateful for right now? And then turning the fingers down. Inhale, lift your eyelids, lift the corners of your mouth, bring the hands up and then back down. And then let's show our gratitude to the body by starting to move. So, however you're sitting, you can stretch one leg out in front of you and we're just going to start by wiggling the toes on that foot. And if you can, find all of the toes moving. Okay, then circle the ankle. We're just doing 2 or 3 each side, but keep your awareness in the movement. This is our practice. Go the other way. And then back and forth. Flex and point. And then change legs. So toes. Wiggle the toes. As long as you're sitting comfortably, you feel that you can sit up straight. That's great. And then the ankle, one way and then the other, and then point and flex. Okay, and then we grab the first foot and just take your knuckles of the opposite hand and just rub through the sole of the foot. Wake that foot up. And then holding onto the shin bone, you're turning the ankle with your hand, the ankle crank. One way and then the other. Get a little more movement this way, but of course don't force anything that doesn't want to move. Good, let's do the other side. So again, lifting this foot up, taking hold of your knuckle, with your knuckles just rubbing into the sole of the foot. It's called the plantar fascia, and then holding on to the shin and circling. So you're circling with the hand, not with the foot. Get a different sort of movement. And the other side, kindly though, right? Okay, then both feet on the floor. Notice that your feet might feel energized, alive. Let's move on to the knees. So take hold of one of your legs and we're just lifting the knee Up and down, flexing and extending. A few times. And then circling the knee. So you hold your thigh still and circle the knee one way and then the other. Thinking about the integrity, juiciness of the joint. These practices bring life back into the joints. Other side. So if there's stiffness or tension, just encouraging the flow of fluid, blood, everything else. Good. Okay, and then circling. So holding the thigh steady, so the movement focuses in on the knee. One way and the other. Okay, and then just allowing, coming back to your sitting, allowing your leg to come out and in, moving the awareness to your hip joint. We'll work more on the hips in a moment, and the other side. Starting off, we're just testing. What does it feel like here? I'm not pushing anything. It's very natural opening and closing movement. Okay, then sitting any way that's comfy. If you need to change your sitting position, you can. We're going to bring the awareness into the upper limb. So, starting with the hands, moving, wiggling every single joint of the fingers and the thumb, don't forget that. And then opening and closing. Here now you might find that you're ready to bring the breath into things. So inhale to open, exhale to close, inhale to open, exhale to close. Good. And then with soft fists, rotating the fist one way, rotating the fist the other. This is wrist movement. Shaking the hands. And then elbow circles. You can do one at a time. You can do them both together. And going the other way. See if you can find this movement purely in the elbow. Focus, be aware. Okay, and then the shoulders. And again, one shoulder at a time. Rolling back, rolling back. Can you feel the life flowing back into your joints? And then some doubles. Starting to bring the awareness, carry on into the base of your neck. Good. Okay. And then from there, if you're sitting cross-legged, it's a good time just to change the cross of the legs. And then softly, just taking your head from side to side, bringing the awareness into your neck. Don't push. Yeah, remember, we're not an owl. You can't take your head all the way over your shoulder. Well, it shouldn't work like that. Don't push, just soft rotations. And then a little chin circle. And then the other way. No need to throw the head back. Keep the face in line with the screen. Okay. And then roll your shoulders, shake your arms again. That's the upper body. Done. Let's come and lie on the back. So bring one blanket underneath your pelvis, perhaps one, definitely one underneath your head as well, if you'd like something under your neck. Let your head and neck be supported, your low back be supported. We're going to just rock a little from side to side to start with. Just getting the muscles of the back moving and working. Getting the blood into them, especially if you're doing this first thing in the morning. And then let's come to the center. Bring the awareness back to those hip joints. Place your hands on your kneecaps and let's circle the knees. Softly, knees together, knees apart. But really pay attention. This movement is happening here in the hips. Fall back into your breath. And then go the other way. Okay, hug the knees into the chest. Then just stretch the legs up to the ceiling for a moment. Rub out the back of your knees just to get this area moving. And then placing your left foot on the floor, stretching the right leg up. Going to do between 5 and 10 leg raises on the right hand side. So inhaling, exhaling, lifting up, lowering down. Feel that you're lengthening the leg away from the body, stretching and strengthening all at the same time. And then change legs. You know, we're moving through the whole body quite quickly here, but this doesn't mean that we're doing it without thinking. Okay, so find that awareness that sticks with you. That's how we then involve the mind, perhaps the breath. And then again, hugging both knees into the chest. And then taking the legs up, let's cycle. Starting to feel the stretch out through the back of the knees in a more active way. And then the other way, the cycle backwards. Okay, then hug your right knee into the chest. You can straighten out your left leg if you want to on the floor, as long as your back is happy. And take 3 deep breaths here. Feel the stretch in your back. Needs to be comfortable. And then changing legs. So we've got the stretch on the bent knee side in the lumbar spine and the stretch on the straight leg side out through your leg. Good. And then both knees in towards the chest. Rock from side to side a couple of times. And then placing the feet down on the floor about hip width or a little wider. Take hold of your elbows. Breathe in. As you breathe out, knees to one side, elbows to the other side. Inhaling back to the center. Now start small. Find your breath here. Inhaling up, exhaling over. Opposite directions. Let this be joyous. No pushing and pulling. Inviting the spine to rotate now. Listening to any bits that are a bit stiff, but not pushing them. Just encouraging in unwinding. Don't be too mechanical. Enjoy, breathe. And then when you're ready, coming back to the center, line everything up again. Hug the knees into the chest. Place the hands behind your kneecaps. You've got a choice here. You can rock from side to side, nice and comfortably. Or, just as comfortably, if you'd like to, you could rock forward and back. So this is waking the back up in a slightly different way. Oh, the sun's come out this morning. Feel that you are enjoying this movement. It's a comfortable movement. and then coming all the way up. Well done. Here we are. Back up in seated. We've moved pretty much all the body already, but let's carry on and see if we can move some more. So grab something to sit on again. And you can sit in cross legs. You could sit in Virasana, which is the kneeling pose. I'll let you decide how you're going to sit. And we're going to just start by reaching the hands out in front of us and pulling and leaning back. So just inviting the spine to come forward, go back. How does this feel? Moving the back. Good, back to the center. Then take your arms up. And as you exhale, we're going to draw the elbows down. As you inhale, reach up. So inhaling, exhaling. Now you've got a choice. You could do this just as a movement, or you could do it as a breathing practice. Big inhalation, big exhalation. Listen to how you feel today. If you need a bit more energy, feeling strong, you can push out with the breath. If you just want to work at the level of the body, that's also fine. Good. Getting the diaphragm moving. Stop for a moment. I encourage you to find a pause every now and then through this sequence. Notice how the body has changed. Let's change legs. Notice how your energy has changed. After the Bhastrika pranayama there, we might be feeling a little warmer, feeling that we're alive. Take the hands out in front of you, give me a thumbs up, and then breathing in, as you breathe out, we're going to draw one elbow back. Inhale to the front, exhale, draw the other elbow back. So we find that we're rotating the chest. Another version of pulling. Come to the center, take one arm back. Come to the center, take the other arm back. And then come to the center. And then the same movement with the breath in the opposite direction. So inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, slowly, inhaling, inhaling, last one, and then back to the center. Release your hands onto your knees, curl the head round for a moment, breathe here. Notice how your body's doing. Good, and then let's pop ourselves round onto all fours. So if you need something underneath your knees, you can have something there. You don't have to. You've got enough padding. Down onto all fours. And we're going to come quite quickly into the rolling cat. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Now, if you are a regular, keep going, attendee of Wake Up with Anji, then you know that we often at this stage would have a little element of playtime. Yep. What do you want to add here that your body needs? It might be a circling movement or a snaking movement or purely resting, all good. Otherwise, inhaling to come forwards. This is Mahakriya. Exhaling to travel back. Enjoy this movement through your back. Don't rush. Yes, 30 minutes isn't long. We could happily spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes here, moving around on all fours. And then tucking the toes under when your knees need a breather, just exploring coming up towards the downward dog. Once you get here, pedal through the feet. Stretch your back. And then when you're ready, lower down and take 3 more rolls. Slow these ones down. Feel that you're opening the back of the spine, opening the front of the spine. Good. And then downward dog again. This time, both knees bent, stretch your back. Stretch your arms down, spread your fingers. Allow the spine to be nice and long. And then lowering your knees down. Place your fists underneath your forehead, one on top of the other. Relax your jaw, relax your face. Breathe into your back. Once you've done your 3 breaths, bring yourself back up. Come up to high kneeling. Quick lunge. Going to step the right foot forward. Bring your hands onto your pelvis. Keep the low back nice and long. And we're just moving forward and backwards. To stretch into the front of the back thigh. You might, if you have a sun salutation practice, this is a good time to pop this into the sequence if you have a little more time. Otherwise, don't worry. Other foot forward, moving forward and back. There are many other postures we could fit in if we have more time, but this is the basic routine that I'm showing you today. Okay. Take that knee back, then slide your bum down, slide your hands forward, back up into downward dog. Just enjoy this as a stretch. Forget what the posture looks like. How does it feel in your body? Does it feel right? Is there more weight on one side than the other? Just bring everything into as much balance as you can. Sigh out the breath. And then release your knees down to the ground one more time. And then come back to sitting. Now, we're going to work a little on the eyes. So you can find any comfortable sitting. Again, if you prefer to be sitting on a chair, you're more than welcome to do that. Don't need to look at the screen for this part. And in fact, take your glasses off, of course, if you wear glasses. And just choose to focus your eyes just a little in front of you, but don't need to look up at the screen. So we're going to start by rubbing the hands together, creating a little bit of heat, and then placing the palms over your eye sockets, bowing the head. And then allowing the warmth from your palms to travel into your eyes and inviting your forehead to quieten. Let the back of your neck lengthen. Sigh out the breath. Okay, remove your hands. Let your head come back to sit on your neck. And then we're going to blink the eyes. We're going to do everything about 10 times. Don't worry if you lose count. So opening and closing. Again, don't worry about looking at the screen. Maybe your eye line is sort of a few feet ahead of you on the floor. Keep your face and jaw relaxed. Good. And then softly relax your eyes, rub your palms together again. 3 breaths this time with your palms over your eyes. Notice how your neck can relax here. And then remove your hands, let your head come back up. And then bring your thumbs out in front of you again. And we're going to follow with the eyes, not with the head, don't watch me. Follow your thumb as it goes out to the side and then back to the centre. And then the other thumb out to the side and then back to the centre. Out to one side, back to the centre. If you prefer to just do this movement, the eyes going one way, the eyes going the other without the thumb, also fine. Keep your jaw relaxed, your tongue, your neck. Don't hold your breath. And then come back to the centre. Rub the palms together one more time. 3 breaths. Your hands, and then 5 circles clockwise with your eyes inside the eye sockets all the way round. One way. Go really slowly. The eyes will want to rush forward. Can you slow them down? And then go the other way. Now, whether you're doing this in the morning, waking up the eyes, or in the evening, giving the eyes a present after a day of looking at screens, of being busy, slow down. And also acknowledge what it is that you're giving to your eyes. Ideally, do this twice a day. And then back to the centre, rub the palms together one last time. Just let your forehead relax now into your fingers. Let the heels of the hands rest on your eye sockets. Inhaling, exhaling, lengthen through your neck. And then keep the head bowed, bring the palms down. Inhale, take the arms all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands together. Thank your body and breath for allowing you to go through this sequence today. All these amazing parts of the body that have joined in our practice. You're welcome to conclude here, just sitting quietly and breathing for a few moments. Or it might be really nice to take a quiet Shavasana. One blanket underneath the head, one under your pelvis. Just lying for a few minutes with the knees bent. Looking forward to starting the day. If you're lying down, if you're sitting down, enjoy a minute or two just breathing, watching each breath, finding that little pause before we carry on with the rest of life. Thank your body, thank your breath, thank all these individual joints and organs and the nervous system for keeping it all moving together. And then when you're ready, roll onto your side, press yourself up. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy.